Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is okay. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different and honestly a little bit more personal. Recently, while I was going through my old university documents, I came across something that really surprised me. I found a Word file from my undergraduate years, from around 2012 and 2013, where I had actually tried to write a science fiction story. Yes. And when I opened it, I realized that I had created an entire fiction world. I had planets, characters, relationships, conflicts, everything. So today I just want to share that with you, not as finished work, of course, but as a memory and maybe also a reflection on how creativity starts. Back then, I was studying American culture and literature at university. After passing the preparatory class early, I took an elective course, just not to say irregular, like, and that course was about science fiction, fantasy, and short story writing. And I remember how much I enjoyed it. So this story comes from that moment. The story is set in science fiction universe with three different planets. One of them is the world as we know it, and the others are imagined planets like Somete and Aspongia. Like I called them like that. At the center of the story, we have a character named Santana. Santana is 24 years old and she works in an astronomy company. She is deeply curious about space, about theories, about the unknown. But at the same time, she is also a bit lost about her future. There is something very important about her past. She believes that her father died, but actually, he didn't die. He was lost in a space. She doesn't know the truth. Her mother, Merlin, runs a bookshop. She is very protective mother. She doesn't want to Santana to work in the same field as her father because she's afraid of losing her too. And I think that emotional tension is very important in the story because the tension between curiosity and fear appears. Then we have David. David is Santana's colleague. He works with her, he researches the same theories, and he shares the same curiosity about space. But he also has a secret. He is in love with Santana and he cannot express it. And interestingly, their lives are connected in another way. David's father was also lost in space, like together with Santana's father. So already we see how personal histories and emotions are connected to this scientific exploration. And then the story expands beyond Earth. We meet Aaron, who is an alien living on another planet. He is actually a very kind and generous character. And here is the twist. He helped Santana and David's fathers when they were lost in space. So the fathers are not simply gone. They are part of a bigger interplanetary story. But Aaron's world is not peaceful. The ruler of his planet is cruel and obsessed with war. He wants to attack Earth because of its resources. So we start to see a larger conflict forming, not just personal, but political and planetary. There are also other characters that make this world richer. For example, Madame Eddie, Santana's boss, represents something very different. She is cold, profit driven, and indifferent. When the fathers were lost, she didn't care because helping would have cost money. So here, even in a science fiction setting, we see a critique of capitalism and the lack of empathy. Then we have the fathers, Alfred and Barney, and they both accepted a mission to go to a space. One out of curiosity, the other because of financial struggle. And I think this contrast is very meaningful. Ambition versus necessity. And of course, the consequences of their choices affect their families deeply. There is also another storyline involving different planets. We meet Kai, who is the daughter of a powerful ruler. She is kind but Trapped in a restrictive environment, she falls in love with Aaron, and in which she plans to escape. And then there is Seron from another planet, Asponge. He disguises himself to learn more about other worlds, and he also falls in love with Kai. So there is also romantic and political layer between planets. Finally, we see Tessa, a powerful and cruel ruler who wants to control all planets. He represents domination, power, and destruction. And though him, the story moves toward a possible war. When I look at these characters now, I find it really interesting because even though I wrote these years ago, I can already see certain themes, right? Like curiosity, identity, power, loss, love, and the desire to understand the unknown. And maybe the most important thing is this. I didn't realize at that time, but I was already trying to think like a storyteller. I was trying to build a world. And I think this is something I always tell my students as well. You don't have to be perfect when you start. What matters is that you start. So this episode is not about a perfect story. It is about a beginning. And maybe in a way, it's also about reconnecting with the early version of myself. The student who was excited about science fiction, imagination, and creating something new. And thank you so much for watching today. And maybe I will continue this story one day. Who knows? See you in the next episode. Bye.